Hello everyone, and welcome back to TechBlog 66. Today, we dive into the adventurous, mystical, and visually spectacular world of the 1969 Western classic, Mackenna's Gold. This film, directed by J. Lee Thompson, remains a fascinating cult favorite in the history of Hollywood Westerns. With its blend of legend, greed, adventure, betrayal, and grandeur, it offers an experience that is much bigger than a typical cowboy film. So join me on this cinematic journey as we explore the magic and mystery behind this legendary movie. Mackenna's Gold stars two powerful actors of the time, Gregory Peck as Marshal Sam Mackenna and Omar Sharif as the ambitious outlaw Colorado. Their dynamic, along with a strong supporting cast including Telly Savalas, Newmar, Keenan Wynn, Lee J. Cobb, and Eli Wallach, gives the film a rich dramatic depth. From the very first scene, the movie sets up a tone of suspense, superstition, and destiny. The story begins with Marshal Mackenna encountering a dying old Apache chief named Prairie Dog, who possesses a map revealing a hidden valley filled with legendary gold. The Apaches believe that the valley is sacred and that it must never be disturbed. Prairie Dog warns Mackenna that the map brings death to anyone who tries to use it, yet he hands it over before taking his last breath. Mackenna, being a rational lawman, burns the map, thinking that it will end the trouble. But destiny has other plans. Unknown to him, Colorado and his gang have seen him with the map, and they become convinced that Mackenna remembers every detail. This sets off a chain of events that pulls Mackenna into a dangerous expedition against his will. From this moment on, the movie becomes a thrilling chase filled with danger, greed, and shifting alliances. Colorado and his men force Mackenna to guide them toward the legendary valley. Along the way, they capture a group of people who are also searching for the gold, including a cavalry sergeant, a group of soldiers, and a seductive woman named Inga, played by the beautiful Camilla Sparv. Each of these characters has their own motives, and each one hopes to claim the treasure for themselves. The tension builds as they move deeper into Apache territory, where they are constantly pursued by both danger and superstition. One of the strengths of Mackenna's Gold lies in its cinematography. The film makes stunning use of natural landscapes, especially the deep canyons, rocky mountains, and desert valleys of the American Southwest. Shot in Super Panavision 70, the movie captures wide, sweeping visuals that give the story a grand and majestic feeling. The scenery becomes a character in itself, symbolizing both beauty and danger. The breathtaking shots of the towering rock formations, the scorching desert sun, and the mystical Golden Valley make the film a visual masterpiece even by today's standards. Another highlight of the movie is its background score composed by Quincy Jones, which adds excitement and emotional depth. The soundtrack blends dramatic orchestral pieces with Western-inspired themes, giving the film a unique musical identity. The theme song, Old Turkey Buzzard, sung by Jose Feliciano, became quite popular and is still remembered for its haunting tune. As the journey continues, greed begins to take over everyone involved. Alliances shift constantly. Friends become enemies, and enemies form temporary partnerships. The psychological transformation of characters is evident throughout the film. Gregory Peck's performance as Mackenna is calm, intelligent, and morally grounded, while Omar Sharif's portrayal of Colorado is charismatic yet dangerous. Their interactions keep the story engaging, especially as their mutual respect slowly grows despite standing on opposite sides of the law. One of the most interesting elements of the movie is how it blends myth and reality. The legend of the hidden gold influences every character, and as they get closer to the valley, the tension becomes heavier. There is a feeling that something supernatural is guiding or punishing them. The Apaches believe the valley is protected by ancient spirits, and their warnings add a spiritual mystery to the plot. Whether the valley truly holds magical power or whether the danger simply comes from the human desire for wealth is left for the audience to interpret. When the characters finally reach the hidden valley, the movie reaches its dramatic climax. The valley is shown as a beautiful, golden paradise hidden inside towering walls of stone. But just as everyone rushes toward the treasure, nature itself begins to collapse. The valley starts to tremble, the cliffs crack, and rocks crash down. It feels as though the earth is responding to the greed of the intruders. This dramatic sequence is one of the most memorable scenes in the movie, as the valley literally destroys itself, swallowing the gold and taking the lives of many characters. Only a few people survive, including Mackenna and Colorado. In their final confrontation, Colorado attempts to kill Mackenna to take whatever treasure they manage to escape with. But in this last moment, Colorado finally understands that greed leads to destruction. He sacrifices himself, allowing Mackenna to live. The film closes with Mackenna leaving the valley with only a handful of gold dust, realizing that life and freedom are more valuable than treasure. It is a powerful ending that perfectly suits the film's tone. In terms of legacy, Mackenna's Gold remains a divisive film. Some critics feel the pacing is uneven, while others believe the movie is a Western masterpiece full of adventure and visual beauty. Over the years, the film has gained a strong following, especially among fans of classic Hollywood and widescreen Western epics. Its adventurous spirit, impressive cast, dramatic music, and unforgettable landscapes make it stand out from typical Western movies of its time. For anyone who loves stories about legends, hidden treasure, human greed, and moral lessons, this film is absolutely worth watching. Its blend of fantasy and Western style creates a unique cinematic experience that still feels enjoyable decades later. Thank you for watching TechBlog 66. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more classic movie breakdowns and cinematic explorations. This movie is available on YouTube free.